Hello guys, so this is my video for Nicole. Before I start playing this music, because I know I just looked at like all the different rules and shit for like using copyrighted music and shit. And apparently it's not even up to YouTube, it's actually up to the artist. So I'm gonna play a few songs that like remind me of my daughter Nicole, kind of like in the background. So hopefully this goes up regardless, and Kane Brown is nice because that's the first song I'm gonna play. It's by him, and they let me use their songs. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of them's dead because it's a really old song, but hopefully from Beyond you accept it and let me use it. Apparently it runs through this system that like detects like copyright music or like the use of it. So like if you're playing pretty much any official music videos or any song, it'll detect it and it won't like delete your video. I've seen it will somehow, some way, actually notify the creator of the song. And then it'll be like, hey, this is the video your song is in. You know, do you want to let them use it? Now, if it's a really popular song, pretty much they already know, everyone already knows the song and who sang it. So in this case, I think I'll be fine, because pretty much everyone knows of the songs. And yeah. So I'm guessing they're like producers, whoever kind of like look for that, and they probably most of the time accept them because so many people use so many different songs on so many of their videos, and this light is really making me look hideous. Okay, that's better. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. So this does have like copywritten music in it. That is not it. That's an ad. Okay, so anyway, don't count that because I didn't ask freaking YouTube to play that. So that was y'all's ad. That was on y'all. I don't even like that song. It sounds like shit. So that's on y'all. But anyway, so if I cry in this video, get the fuck over it because I'm already tearing up. Okay, so I'm not really gonna go into like splitting detail of, you know, every little thing. Basically, Nicole is my daughter. She passed in August, and she was 20 months old. So I'm just gonna go through how I immediately reacted, following it, how it affected me, you know, things like that. And if you see this and you've lost a child or someone close to you as well, then my Instagram is always in the description, and it's also in my YouTube bio, so feel free to message me or even message me on here. Sorry, this subject. Anyway, so I guess we'll go with like first coping mechanisms, like first reaction. Like for a week after, I literally smoked 2 packs a day. Like I wouldn't even realize I was smoking that much. I would just smoke one, it was out, pick up another. Like I didn't really notice, if that makes sense. Like you're like, oh, well, you didn't notice you were smoking. Yes, I knew I was fucking smoking. Like I didn't realize how much I was smoking. And so like that's like everyone's like, why don't you stop smoking? I thought you were gonna stop smoking. Got fucking mascara in my eye. Like literally, I'm not just tearing up and trying to be tough like I do. Okay. And like I feel like I've relied on smoking so heavily because I hate facing. Oh, here we go. Here come the waterworks. I hate facing that. Like there's been so many hard things in my life that I've had to face, and that was one of those I didn't want to. It was just like Like, it's still unreal to me. Like, it feels like she's just been on this trip, if that makes any sense, and, like, she's gonna come back any second, even though I know she's not. Like, I'm not delusional. Like, I know she's not. But it's like, that's how, like, my brain won't accept it. Someday it will. And, dear God. Someday it will. And I'll have to deal with it. But, it's, like, really fucking hard. Like, it's not just, like, I mean, people are like, oh, yeah, we get it, it's hard. Like, it is just, like, I don't think people understand how hard, like, and you really can't until you actually go through it. And I wouldn't wish that on literally anyone. Like, I don't care what you've done to me, what you've done to anyone. I would never wish that on anyone. It's the worst pain that you'll feel. And, like, there really is no way to cope with it. I mean, okay, for some people maybe, but, like, there's not. Like, people will say there is, but in reality, it's like, if once you go through it, it hits you and you're like, shit, there's no way to actually cope with this. Like, no matter how much you cry, no matter how much you try to accept it, doesn't matter what you do, it's always going to be there at the end of the day. And that's what makes it, like, uncopable. I don't know if that's even a word. And then it's, like, add in, like, different factors. Oh, my God. And, like, shit that people will say. And, holy crap. I should have brought the tissues in here. I guess I'll use my dirty freaking makeup rag. Like, even specific person that was, like, close to her will, like, still to this day rub my nose in it. Sorry, I don't want to, like, snot you guys. And, like, I don't think people get that in my specific situation, like, I know that I didn't know at the time, and I know in reality, there's really, like, I can't go back and redo it, you know, like, fuck, and, like, I don't think certain people that are able to insult it, Christ, understand that it's, like, every day you're ready to trade anything and everything to have them back. And, like, it really, like, I can't even say it, it's like hell on earth. Like, I don't think really very many people realize that if Liam wasn't in my life, I would not be filming this video right now. I can tell you that. Like, I would be in a cemetery myself by now. God, I'm using that like an inhaler. And it sucks because every day you're waiting for it to get better, you're waiting for something to change, and it doesn't get, god damn it, like, can we stop that for a minute? Nothing changes, it doesn't get better. People say it gets better, it'll get easier. It doesn't. It honestly gets harder. Like, I think to myself, like, God, this is gonna be coming up her second birthday. Not her second birthday, she would be 3, but the second birthday that she's missed. And, like, then you kind of start thinking, like, wonder what they know how to do now. Like, especially that young, I'm like, would she be talking in full sentences? would I have her potty trained by now? Like, just little things that sound like they're so simple. And, I dropped my cry rag. And then I think about, like, what about when I'm, like, let's see, 25, and she would be, dear God, math. Let's see, I'm 19. So, 24, 3, 4, 5. She would be 8. Holy crap. It's just so hard to fathom, I'm sorry. She'd be 8 when I'm 25. And I think about, how tall would she be? Because she was so tall. What would she look like? What would she sound like? Would she sound different? Obviously, like, yeah. Would she still be a mini-me? Would she still always be getting into my makeup? Like, it gets harder. Because, like, now, it's like, I think about when she would be 16, and I'm, like, hanging on for dear life, teaching her to drive, and I think about, like, her being 18 and graduating, like, where would we be? What would she, like, be interested in? What would she want to go to college for? Would she know what she wants to go to college for? You know, like, it doesn't get easier. And it's, like, especially after college when you're, like, would I be a grandparent now? Would they be married? Would, you know what I mean? Like, I'll never know. I'll never know what she would have looked like at any of those ages. Or anything about what she'd be like. God damn it. What she'd be like at those ages. And, I think about, like, Liam, and, like, that he won't have her. That, like, his big sister will forever be 20 months old. And, like, it doesn't get easier. I mean, the only, I guess, easier part is, like, as time goes on, you have to accept it. Or maybe you just live in denial forever. I don't know, I haven't gotten there yet. But it doesn't get any easier. And people that, like, don't like me or, like, my enemy think it's, like, okay to insult. And, like, it's not me just getting angry because it's an insult when people say certain things. It's literally, like, something they could never fathom, like a pain they could never fathom. Unless they were to do, like, go through it themselves. And it's, like, just sad that anyone could do that. Like, it's not, I'm mad, it's, like, I don't think people realize what they say. And so, like, there's really hardly any ways to cope. Ooh, we had a moment there. That's how big of a mess I am. Like, I'm not even gonna edit that out because, like, I really don't care. And I don't know how to fucking edit. But, I had an itch. That really brought me back for a minute. Okay, we're good from not crying after a wig slip for a few more minutes. And I don't even care about that being on camera. So, I guess the point is, like, there's really no way to, like, just be fine and cope with it. And it sucks to say, but it's true. And it just, like, it sucks. You know, it's like you live hell on earth every day, and you do it for who you have left. And for me, that's Liam. And, there's, like no words, you know? Like, especially when you're so young, and so you're already trying to do everything you know to do. And so it's like I was first a mom at 16. And then second at 17. And then lost one at 18. Like, and so, like, if you know someone that's, like, lost someone, especially, like, a child, keep your trap shut, like, on a real note. I don't care what it is that y'all have against each other. That's just not something that's okay to do. Which, I mean, is obvious, but some people are dumb. And so, don't ever, like, I don't care how much you hate someone, I really don't. I don't care if you're the most heartless, hateful, miserable bitch there is. Don't ever insult that shit, because the fact is, it takes such a strong person, and I'm not tooting my own horn at all. Like, I can't even cope with it, so I don't consider myself one of those people. But it takes a strong-ass person to still be standing and doing what they need to do after something like that. And it's like everyone's had to lose someone. So if you insult someone losing someone, especially their child, hope you're next, because there's just no need, no reason, nothing for that. My nose is itchy now. I'm sorry. Well, this will work. And so, like, just think about what you say, because a lot of the time, when you say something like that, that person already thinks that for themselves every day. Like, every day, I blame my fucking self. And that's not because it was my fault, regardless of what anyone says. I know that deep down. But you're still going to go through it. You're still going to blame yourself. And that's just something you can't take away. Especially when it comes to a child, because you're the, what's the word? I hope I don't have hiccups. You're like their knight in shining armor. You're their protector. And like, knowing that you weren't there to protect them is like It's like, I don't know how to fucking um word it, but I mean it's nothing to joke about or anything like that. And this was supposed to be like some type of uplifting type shit. Instead I started crying and I've got a hair broken out. Instead I started crying and so that was fun. This don't count either. It was a fucking ad. But I'm gonna play some happy music that she liked. I don't care how old it is, y'all can get over it. She loved this song. So anyway, trying to think if there's really not much else I can say. So I guess I'll go into like the remembering her. I do have a video or pictures, whatever, that are gonna play at the end. I don't know why I said video. And I'll probably put some videos of her in there, obviously. But I mean, she was like the sweetest, smartest little girl. Like, I don't really believe in religion. I mean, I don't not, but I don't at the same time. And if someone were to tell me that she was like just a little angel that was meant to be here for that long, I would fucking believe it. Because that little girl was too smart for like her age, for her. Like, I didn't understand at all. She was too smart. I need to brush this out because it's annoying me. Okay. It's insane how smart she was. She like was jealous at first of Liam when he came home, and then it was like if you picked him up, that's the look you got. Like went from jealousy to overprotective. And if she heard him crying, you were getting slapped. You were getting beat by her. She didn't fuck with that. She don't care. She was beating your ass because little brother don't need to cry. That was her. And then she'd throw toys in his pack and play if he was crying and didn't want to take a nap. And, like, she was just the sweetest, like, she was just so fucking pure. And so, before you talk shit on her, rethink yourself, okay, guys? I know this was a bit shorter than you probably thought it would be. I mean, most of it was me being a crying heap and like almost taking my fucking wig off, which was kind of funny. But other than that, I think that's about it. Like, I just feel like there's not much more I can say. So I am going to finish this video now. I'm going to add the pictures and videos in, and hopefully this thing will be up in the next hour. Thanks, guys. Come see Puppy. Yeah? Yeah? Where you going? Whoop! Yeah. Come on. You're all right.
We've cleared out. We did have some clouds earlier, cold as Julie mentioned, but
Say da da da.
Da da
Da da da.
da
Da da.
da.
Nicole, I love you.
Hi, precious.
Hey. Hey, here. Here. Here.
Make her do the pout.
I'm trying to. Hey, look at me.
No, don't make her do the pout.